Hey, what's up, everybody? So, load filler is actually a concept that, for a lot of people coming from Final Cut or Premiere, it's a little confusing at first. So, the way to get load filler is I just right click in your source monitor and I'll click load filler. You could do this as a keyboard shortcut if you want to. I usually don't even really care what the time of my in and out is. My load filler is usually just a temporary thing that I'm going to cut out anyway. You'll see here in a moment. In this case, I'm going to load filler to every single track, so it doesn't really matter what my source tracks are set up to. And I'm going to hit V, right? I'm going to insert edit that load filler in. And what that does is create space in the timeline. The exact amount of space that you set your in and out here, which was 41 seconds, will now be 41 seconds here. So this is useful when a producer, you want to open something up. Maybe you want to add a byte in between something that was already cut. Maybe you want to just add a little beat to a moment. You need it to be 10 frames longer. And in this case, I would extend these 3 shots 10 frames. I would mark an in and out and X everything back to the way it was. So that's the way I use load filler in Avid. Now in Premiere, they really do not have the equivalent of that. Now there's 2 ways to do it. I don't like this way. It's this button over here called the track select forward tool. And what it does in theory, from whatever clip you pick, it basically assigns everything underneath, and you could drag it all right at some really imprecise level. So what I do, my way around that is actually, and I'll bring my project window over here, and in every project I have something called black video. And the way you get that is to right click here, you click new item, black video. And so now if I double click black video and put this in the source monitor, to me it is basically very similar to load filler in Avid, except it's a black clip, and which we'll see in a second. So now if I take off the sync locks, and again I insert edit with using the term V, and I guess it depends on what track you put it on. So in this case I'll go V1 to V1, and I'll even make this bigger just to make that point. And we'll hit V, and now I have the space just like I did in load filler in Avid, but I also have a clip called black video. So the first thing in theory I would do is just grab that clip and delete it out. And now the same exact thing as before. I would maybe mark the 3 tracks and extend it out a little bit. And then the same thing, I would mark an in and out here. I would, just to be sure, I would select all my tracks and sync all my tracks, and then I would exit out. And now in theory I added 3-5 frames to that what was a certain cut. So I think load filler is much better in Avid. It's much better for me not to use the sync locks. And again, if I want to do one channel, I could do that as well. A little easier, less steps in Avid. Let's do that right here. So if I just wanted to add filler to the music track, I just did that right now. If I just wanted to add filler to V2 for some reason and not even affect the other tracks, I just did that. I added 40 seconds of filler there, which is an interesting way to, sometimes you can load filler and say, hey, I need an extra 10 frames there, and there it is, it marked 10 frames. So that's load. Hopefully that explains load filler for some people from the different NLEs and shows you a way to do it for Avid editors in Premiere. So if you think there's a better way in Premiere, please comment below and let me know. And of course, to talk about beer, I wanted to talk about a beer I found this weekend that I tried. I never tried it before. This Trail Haze IPA from 6 Point Brewery in Brooklyn. And the greatest part about it, it is 99 calories. I can't believe it. And I actually really like it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.